Boys, modern society has lied to you. Men peak when they get older. So let me explain. So modern society told you, your teenage years, your early 20s, mid 20s are the best times of your life. Enjoy it while you can. That's your youth. They are somewhat right, but I'm going to tell you this. This is not particularly for men, because men, when we first start off, we have no value at all. When we're a kid to teenage years in our 20s, everyone is the same. We're all average. We all look the same. We all act the same. There's no like outlier. Maybe the quarterback that has like good genetics, that's like 6'3", 6'4", or that one outlier, but that's based on genetics. But as a man, if you're maybe like a 3 out of 10 on looks and like body, 3 out of 10, you're skinny fat like me, you can make that change. You can build your value up as a man, but as a woman you cannot. So I'm going to get into like the women's side, because modern society told like men and women that our teenage years and our early 20s is the best years of our lives, which is completely wrong, which is actually somewhat wrong, my bad. Because if you're like that, I'm gonna tell you guys why it's wrong, a little right and a little wrong, but I'm gonna get to the part where it's a little right. Because if you're the outlier that has good genetics, maybe you're in high school and you have the genetic lottery, you hit puberty and you're like 6'3", 6'4", you didn't even need to go to the gym, and you have some muscle on you and you have a six-pack. Of course, that outlier, he's gonna get his teenage years and his early 20s is gonna be the best years of his life, because he has that genetic, he's that outlier. Well, you and I, we're the average guy. We're maybe 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", and we're like kind of skinny fat, skinny, awkward. And that guy, the guy that's 6'3", 6'4", he's gonna have the best years of his life. But when he's in his late 20s or early 30s, if he didn't put in the work, he's gonna fall down. He's gonna go like this, while we go up if we put in the work. And as a man, the greatest thing about a man is we can put in the work and become whatever we want to become. If we're ugly, because men are not highly based on looks, men are more valued on money, status, experience, because those two things are in like your mouthpiece, the way you talk to women, and the way you convey, and the way you articulate. So if me and you, for example, we're the average guy, and then we put in the work in our early 20s, instead of going out partying, drinking every weekend and shit like that, we put in the work. In our mid 20s or late 20s, we're gonna be the outlier, because we put in the work, we got the money, we got the business, and we're gonna be an outlier. It's someone that's an average guy. He drinks every weekend, goes to the clubs every weekend, chase girls, spending $200-$300 every weekend, and they're broke. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Well, me and you, we went to the gym every weekend. We woke up early on the weekends, hitting the gym, getting our business right, sacrifices after sacrifices, and of course we're gonna be the outlier. Of course we're gonna be way more high in value, because we put in the work. And another thing is, it's like 0.1% of us that's the outlier, because there's so many beautiful women out there, and there's only like one of us. Maybe for us, like for one of us, maybe like 100 beautiful women, like 9s and 10s, because beautiful women, there's a lot of beautiful women, it's abundant. But people like me and you, that we put in the work, we're outliers. And we're in our 30s, we have the car, we have the apartment, we have the house, and all that stuff. Of course, we're going to be the rarity, and those girls are going to be chasing us, because there's no one else like us out there, So, yeah, and going to the women's side, society tells us like our teenage years and our early 20s are the best years of our lives. That, yes, that's true for women, because women, us men, we value a lot. We we value more on looks than like personality. That's how it is. Like, if you're a girl, if you're like an ugly girl, you can't do much about it. Maybe like put on some makeup, but if you're an ugly girl, you can't do much. But if you're an ugly guy, you can do status, money, get your body right, and you can build your way up. But as a woman, you can't. And also, women have a small window. So when they're from maybe 16 to like 25, 27, that's their prime years. And our prime years are like from 27 to 40, and we build our way up. So, of course, like the teenage years of women, early 20s of women are going to be the best years of our lives, the most crucial years of their lives, because that's when they're the most prettiest, the most good looking, the most youthful. And those women are looking for guys that are in their like late 20s, early 30s that have their shit together. They're not going to be looking at guys like us in our like early 20s and teenage years that don't have shit, don't have anything. We don't have a car. We have like a shitty car, maybe a beat up car. We live with our parents. We don't have shit in our bank account. We have no experience. Of course, you're not gonna pick us, but you're gonna pick the guy that has experience. He knows how to have sex because he's more experienced. He's older. He has his shit together. He has his own apartment. He knows how to treat people. He's been through more shit. He's more masculine. He knows all that shit if you put in the work. That's why they're gonna go someone that's older than them. So, for example, if I was a girl and I was in my early 20s, I would go out every weekend, drink and shit like that, and try to lock down the highest value guy I could find in my area, because I'm young, I don't want to go and sleep around and stuff like that. But as a girl, that's what they do. That's why society tells you, oh, your teenage years, your early 20s as a man, it's your most fun times. No, it's not the most fun times. The most fun times are when you're in your prime years, in your 30s, late 20s. And in those early 20s and teenagers, you need to put in the work. You need to get your money right. You need to get your body right. You need to get your knowledge right, all that shit, because that's when you have the most energy. That's when you have the least amount of responsibilities. You're not married. You don't have any kids, and you can live like $100 on your bank account, and just live like in a you could just live in a studio apartment with nothing to your name, and then you build your way up, and then you become that man. But yeah, society told you guys that, like, go out, have fun, you only live once, go chase girls in the clubs and stuff like that. That's the wrong thing to do as a man. But as a woman, that's the right thing to do, because, like I said, women have a small window. They need to lock down the best high value man they can. And us men, like, we can live like shit because we don't really need relationships like women do. We can survive on our own. But women, on the other hand, they need a man in their life so they can help them out, provide and stuff like that. And they're more emotional creatures, or emotional. My bad, not creatures. we're humans, but So I want to get this ingrained in your mind that we peak later. Like, if you feel lost in life, it's okay. I've been there. Not everyone has it figured out. So I'm not saying like take your time and shit. Yeah, move with urgency. Like, set goals, accomplish them, and move on with your life. But as men, we peak later. That's how it is, and society doesn't want you to know that. I'm telling you guys, I'm dropping some knowledge on you guys, and I want to spread this message because first I want to give credit where credit is due. First Man is the first person to have this theory or idea into YouTube manosphere, and I'm gonna give him credit because I highly believe in this. Whatever he said, he accomplished. First Man, I highly suggest you guys check him out, man. Like, he changed my life. He's like a guy. He's like an uncle I never had. I look up to him. And his videos, all his videos are very, very, very good. I highly suggest you guys watch it. But uh yeah, like we peak. And then I'm gonna give you guys some examples, because a couple years ago there wasn't many examples, with the outlier male, peaking men peaking in their 30s. The one of the reasons I didn't believe in this is because, you see 30 years old, 40-year-old guys, and they have like a beer belly. They have a fucked up posture. They low testosterone. Their dick doesn't even work because they haven't put in the work. The key thing is you have to put in the work. You have to stick with that diet. You have to go to the gym every day. Maybe do some MMA. That's what I'm going to be doing in the future when I have my money right. Get your fashion right. Get tailored clothes that fit right. Because if you're in your 30s and your 40s, you have your shit together, you're going to be the outlier male. And I'm going to give you guys some examples. Like Michael B. Jordan, he was in his early 20s and mid 20s. He looked ugly. He didn't have his body right, and then over the years he got high good roles in movies, like the new Creed movies coming out, and he got like the models now. He can get any model he want, and yeah. So another one is First Man, a golden example. You guys can go look. 3 years ago, he looked like shit. He had nothing to his name. He was putting in the work, grinding for 3 years, living like shit, cutting his own hair, trimming his own beard, living like shit. And then now look where he's at. He's 10% body fat. He's the best shape he has been in. He can fuck good. His dick works, and he's in his 30s. Look at Mike Thurston. That motherfucker, he looks amazing. He's in his 30s, and he's living in Dubai. He has the money. He has the status. All that shit. Because those guys, the main difference is those guys, they put in the work. They made the sacrifices. And you got to make those sacrifices if you don't want to live that average life. But I hope you guys that are subscribed to me, you don't want the average life. Because if you want that average life, I don't know, man. But if you're happy with being average, there's nothing wrong with that, working 9 to 5. But I don't want that. I want something better. I don't want to be an average guy. So those are some examples of like outlier males, I guess you could say. And those guys have a pool of women. They can choose anyone because there's so little of them out there, and there's so many beautiful women out there. So yeah, guys, that's the video. So if you guys are feeling lost, just know we peak later in life, but you have to, like, I want to get this ingrained in your mind. You have to put in the work, because I don't want you guys coming in here and being like in your 30s or late 20s, being like, you fucking lied to us. Like, look at me. I look like this. My dick doesn't work. I don't even have the model I want, the 9 or 10 girls I want. Yeah, because you didn't put in the work. So go put in the work. Expect nothing for 1 to 2 years, and then maybe third, fourth year, your exponential, your self-improvement, it goes up like exponentially. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. I hope it helps you guys out. I hope it brings mental clarity to you. You don't feel lost, because I've been there, man, like feeling lost, not knowing what to do. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you guys need one-on-one fitness coaching, I got y'all. Click the link in the description. I want to help you guys out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.